What is up, everyone? So today we're going to do an update on the Overland cheap Jeep trailer, and we're going to install some leveling jacks. So let's take a look at what we have so far. So what we have is we have all 1/8 inch. That's 120 wall square tubing, which is about 1/8 inch. This is 1/8 inch angle iron, and what I did is I took the angle iron and I ran it down the sides and the front across to just kind of stiffen up this box, since this box is only a single wall fender, the Datsun pickups. Now they're pretty strong beds, but I just wanted to go around and reinforce, and then also by putting that front bar in there, it gives us stuff to mount to as well if we need to. Then I took 120 wall square tubing, and I just made perfect risers. So those are like 16 inches or something, I can't remember. And then I took 120 wall and just ran it straight across and just welded it all the way around on all sections. You could run through here and put a gusset, but I don't think it's needed. 120 wall is actually pretty overkill for this tent. In fact, I had to go get longer bolts. Really, you could probably run 1 inch square tubing, or 1.5 inch square tubing is, I think, probably the standard for crossbars on vehicles, which is what this is kind of designed for. I didn't put anything from here because I figured the tent gives us the stability there. Although the nice thing about having these big 2-inch bars is if I wanted to put something smaller from here to mount accessories, we definitely can. I like the height. You can reach in and grab everything you need. As you can see, I have some of the camping gear in here just to kind of mock it up. The system works pretty well. We haven't been camping in it yet, but I test drove it down the road to see how it tows, and tows just fine like this. I was a little concerned about it being top heavy because it is substantially high, but that tent only weighs 100 pounds. The trailer is significantly heavier than that, and plus with all your gear down low, it should be just fine. I don't anticipate any issues with it. Now, let's get on to the main reason for the video today. The main reason for the video today is to put some leveling jacks. And like I said, the only reason is I haven't opened the tent. We haven't used this yet. But when you do open the tent, I know that the trailer itself, if you push on it, it's wiggly. It's wiggly because the suspension's rocky. And I wouldn't want the tent rocky if you're climbing in and out. You know, the tents need a tough platform that's not going to rock because the way they pivot. So if you have the overhang flipping out this way and you have your hinges right in the middle, the only thing that keeps that flat is the fact that this side can be flat. But if the trailer pivots this way, your hinge is going to come up, and so your tent's going to kind of do one of these things, and we don't want that to happen. So the way to pull that out is just to pull the sway out of the suspension. The easiest thing to do that is with leveling jacks. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I bought these leveling jacks. Now they're not installed yet, I just have them mocked up. I don't have them welded or anything. I'm just placing them in a spot that I think is good. This is as wide as I can get on my frame. These leveling jacks off Amazon were $78 for the pair. They're 5,000 pound leveling jacks. That is a little overkill for this trailer. This trailer is probably not even 2. I imagine it's 1,500 pounds, maybe not even that. Honestly, it's pretty light. I got these ones specifically because of the height. So from the ground to the frame is 25 inches. So a 24-inch leveling jack wouldn't have worked. These are 30-inch leveling jacks. So we have 5-ish inches of play here to level. Now, I never plan to use these to lift the entire trailer off the ground, although they can. They're definitely strong enough to. It's just to pull the sway out of the suspension. So when it comes to leveling, we'll use these to a degree, but if the tires start coming off the ground, we'll put blocks under the tires. The tires are part of the stability since these jacks are kind of narrow. We're just going to weld it there and there. And if you want to know which ones I got, here is the brand and all the information. So some of you might be saying, well, those are going to suck to extend because I have to go so far, and that is going to take forever. And yes, all of you saying that are right. This wrench, I'm not going to call it a speed wrench because it doesn't have a handle here, but this wrench does take forever to spin those. So what I did is I went to the yard sale and I happened to find a set of Makita drills with the battery and the charger, and it was 15 bucks, and they work great. So now you put the adapter on there, and that's in low speed. Works perfect. And see, they are strong enough to actually lift the entire trailer. They are strong enough to actually lift the entire trailer off the ground, and I'll show you. But see, they're really not designed for that. Now, in the emergency, if I had to change a tire and I have no way to jack this up, I do have jacks, and I would put it under the axle there to jack it up. But in the event I couldn't, you could probably use this to do that. Since they're 5,000 pounds and the trailer's nowhere near their max weight, I'm sure it'd be okay to use that a few times if you absolutely had to. But for us, we are just going to use these about like that, just to pull any wiggle out of the suspension. That way it makes a more stable platform. And I've decided on this layout. It's the widest I can get it. It's the most supported by the frame there. And not only that, it gives us room to hit the nut here. The nut will come out right about here. There could be an issue with clearance if you're off-roading, because it is going to hang down about yay far. However, we're pretty high from the ground here. We're pretty high, and I don't anticipate to be doing trails that rough with this trailer. This trailer is more of a expedition overland trailer and base camp trailer. So if you're going to hardcore rock crawling trails, you take the trailer, set up base camp, and then go around. Or if we're doing extended overland travels, I mean, obviously we'd be paying attention to the trailer bottoming out back here, because we'll rip off the tail lights if that happens. Okay, so now that we've discussed where they're going to go, why we're putting them there, how we're going to use them, let's go ahead and get them mocked up fully and pull the welder out, and let's get these things attached and see what happens. Okay, so they're all welded up. I just welded them there, and they're basically the only purpose the weld does is to hold the jack from sliding, and then it keeps it up there when it's riding. So the welds aren't supporting a whole lot of weight, but they're fully burned in. Also, they're put in this spot for one specific reason. The body of the jack right here is right under the frame. So this is the most contact we're gonna get without putting a crossbar, which I could have done, but I didn't feel the need to. We're right on the main part of the frame. Okay, so let's see how they work. So I left the jacks in the down position while we welded them up, so that way there's pressure, so I didn't get any gaps or anything, so it's nice and tight against the frame. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our drill, put it in reverse. This is an adapter that came with them, but you can buy them for $3 on Amazon. Okay, so let's do this. And there they are. There you have it. That's what it looks like. It doesn't hang too far below, and it gives us room in here to get the drill in and everything. Now that's in the slowest mode. Let's see what happens in fast. Forward. Ready? I say that's pretty trick right there. Let's do the other side. That's it. Tucked up nice and tight against the body. They're not too low.
I like it.
Alright guys, so that's it for this this episode. The leveling jacks work great. We're going to get the test them out here soon once we get a few more parts of the trailer done. And then we'll see how they all work. I think the leveling jacks are going to work great right there, especially in combination with the front tongue jack. Then you can unhook the whole thing and have a nice little platform. The drill works great as you saw, so just get some cheap drill. You don't need a whole lot of power, you're just pushing them up just a little bit. You're taking a little bit of the slack out of the suspension. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, please hit the comments down below. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good day.